So, when you hear made in Italy, what do you think of? Probably things like incredible craftsmanship, high fashion, and of course, amazing food. Well, today we're going to look past the cliches. We're diving deep into the numbers to see how Italy is mixing its incredible heritage with some seriously cutting edge tech to redefine what that famous nameplate really means. And you really can't start a conversation like this without talking about an icon like Ferrari. The brand new 12-cylinder just snagged the 2025 Car Design Award, and what the judges said, it perfectly captures what we're talking about today. They called it a tradition that looks to the future. So this isn't about choosing between the past or the future. It's about perfectly blending both. It's like a 1960s soul wrapped in a totally modern aerodynamic body. But this spirit of reinvention isn't just for supercars that cost a fortune. It's also happening with something many of us do every single day, making coffee. So let's switch gears from the roar of a V12 to the smell of a fresh brew, because it shows a whole other side of Italian innovation. I know, it sounds like a riddle, right? For years, we've loved the convenience of single-serve coffee, but it's always come with this huge catch, a mountain of plastic and aluminum trash. Well, Lavazza, one of the biggest names in coffee, asked that exact question, and they came up with an absolutely game-changing answer. Meet Tably. It's literally the capsule without a capsule, and the numbers behind it are just wild. This wasn't some simple idea. It took 5 full years of research and development, leading to more than 15 patents. And the result? It's a small, compact tablet made of nothing but 100% coffee. It's a huge leap forward in sustainable design, and it completely gets rid of all that plastic waste. Okay, so from Ferrari's aerodynamics to Lavazza's podless coffee, there's one thing connecting them: world-class design. But just how big is Italy's design industry? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the economic engine behind all this. And trust me, the numbers are pretty staggering. First off, the headline number, 6.3 billion euros. That's the revenue the Italian design industry pulls in every single year. This isn't just some niche cultural thing. We're talking about a massive economic force. And this chart really shows you Italy's dominance. It's not just one of the players in the European design market, it is the leader. Italy holds almost 20% of the entire EU market. That puts it solidly ahead of huge industrial rivals like Germany and France. And that leadership isn't just about money, it's about people. This chart shows Italy has more people working in the design sector than any other country in Europe. That's a deep, nationwide ecosystem of pure talent and expertise that just keeps fueling new ideas. Now, if you thought Italian design was kind of stuck in the past, just focused on old-school methods, this number is going to blow your mind. A full 80% of Italian design companies are already using artificial intelligence. This isn't just some experiment, it's a deep, widespread adoption of new tech. It just goes to show how ready the whole sector is to jump into the future. Okay, so we've looked at design and engineering. Let's shift gears and talk about another pillar of Made in Italy, food and agriculture. And you guessed it, here again, we see that same amazing mix of ancient tradition and super modern technology. And you really can't get more traditional than this. We're talking about the Benedictine monks of Norcia. I mean, actual monks. They use brewing methods that are centuries old to make their craft beer, Birra Nursia. And in the super modern app-driven world of craft beer, they aren't just getting by, they are absolutely dominating. Get this, at the Global Untapped Community Awards, which is a competition driven by millions of app users around the world, these monks took home 3 major awards: gold, silver, and bronze in some really tough categories. It's the perfect example of timeless quality getting recognized on a totally modern digital stage. So what's really fascinating is that Italian agriculture is evolving on 2 tracks at the same time. On one side, you've got the monks and their brewing heritage. And on the other, you've got this explosive, tech-driven boom in new areas. Just look at blueberries. The amount of land used to grow them has shot up by 172% since 2015. And that's all being driven by younger generations who want more sustainable, tech-savvy farming. And the demand is absolutely huge. Even with domestic production jumping to 12,000 tons, Italy still has to import another 15,000 tons just to keep up with how much people want them. This gap right here, it points to a massive opportunity for growth, all powered by new farming tech. So who's actually behind this big push for a more modern, sustainable food system? Well, this chart tells the whole story. It's the younger generations. Plain and simple. If you combine Gen Z and millennials, they make up a whopping 81% of the people who are digitally active and engaged in sustainability. They're the ones embracing technology to build a better food future. All right, we've seen how things are designed and how they're grown, but how are they actually sold? Let's turn to the digital marketplace and see how Italians themselves are shopping for all these cool new products. The sheer scale of Italy's own e-commerce market is just immense. For 2025, it's projected to blow past 62 billion euros. That's not just a small bump. That's steady, powerful growth that shows a deep shift in how people buy things. And that 62 billion isn't just coming from a handful of people. We're talking about a massive 35.2 million Italians who will be shopping online in 2025. Buying things online isn't a niche thing anymore. It's just a normal part of daily life for most of the country. This slide shows just how smart the modern Italian shopper has become. Buying something isn't a straight line. It's a journey with at least 4 different stops. People bounce from a brand's own website to a search engine, then back to the store, and then maybe over to a review site. They're informed, they're careful, and they are definitely digitally savvy. Okay, so we've seen leadership in design, innovation in food, and a booming digital market. It really seems like the whole Made in Italy engine is firing on all cylinders. But there's one last piece to this puzzle, a huge, hidden potential that's just waiting to be unlocked. Italy already has over 120,000 companies that are successfully exporting their products all over the world. That's an impressive number on its own. But new research shows there's another army of businesses out there, a hidden reserve, that could be joining them. And that number is 17,000. 17,000. Italian companies that have all the potential in the world to export their goods, but for one reason or another, just haven't done it yet. Unlocking this group could give Italy's total export revenue a serious boost. Now, these 17,000 companies pretty much fall into 2 groups. You've got your aspiring exporters, the ones with potential but no foreign sales yet, and then you have your emerging exporters who've maybe sold abroad here and there. Most of them are small businesses that, with just the right support, could become the next big global ambassadors for Made in Italy. So, we end on this big question. We've seen the incredible innovation, the market dominance, the deep well of talent, but now that we know there are 17,000 more companies basically waiting on the starting line, the real question is, what's it going to take to help them cross it and to launch the next great chapter of the Made in Italy story?